All right, guys. To begin this live, because I'm on my Chromebook, I thought I was going to need an extra phone to read chat, but I don't because now it's not set to made for kids. Now we're going to go live on TikTok also. That way, we could do both. This is my first time doing this. Oh, I'm going to check the stream out on my phone real quick on YouTube, see how it is. And then we'll see. Bro, why is the thumbnail that? How do I change the thumbnail? Let me see the audio. All right, it ain't bad. Gotta make sure the audio is good. Yo, Venom, are you in here or no? Probably not. All right, we're gonna go live on TikTok also. All right, y'all boys, we about to go live on. We'll be live on TikTok also. Hold on, guys. Don't mind the silence. I'm gonna get talking in a little bit. Just setting up everything for TikTok so everything could be good. All right. We're gonna be live on TikTok also. So there we go. There we go. All right, we're back. Now we got both TikTok and YouTube. Venom, if you're here, I'll be live on both TikTok and YouTube. All right. Number one, you're not stuck. You're just repeating the same day. Now, if you guys don't know this one Henry Danger episode, it's with the Time Jerker, it's with Captain Man, it's with Henry Danger. You'll see in the episode that Henry is going back in time, and he's repeating the same day over and over. It gets to a point where he knows exactly what's going to happen before it happens. By the second or third day, the mom's like, wait, how do you already know this is going to happen? I remember the first day she was saying, Henry, she knocks on the door, Henry, you have to get these bumblebees. And in 2 to 3 days, since Henry is repeating the same day over and over again, he already predicts what his mom is going to say. He goes, yeah, Mom, I know. I'm going to go ahead and get the bumblebees right now. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Piper tried doing a prank. He already knew what was going to happen. He kept on repeating the day. The thing is, he was repeating his day, but he felt stuck. He didn't know what was going on. The lesson is, you could be repeating the same day, but that doesn't mean that you're stuck. You're not aware of what's going on. This is the first step to improving your life. It's awareness. When you are aware of what is happening, you can finally improve your life. Picture this. A person wants to learn how to become a chef. They're on TikTok, doom scrolling for hours and hours on end, trying to figure out how to cook. Now, they know the ingredients, but they don't know where to get the ingredients from. Therefore, they're looking up all the foods that they want to cook. They're looking it up. They're like, I want to cook tacos. I want to cook cake. However, they're not even aware of what specifics of the ingredients that they have to get in order for the cake or whatever food to be good. Then they go to the store, they get random ingredients, and they're sitting there going, "Oh yes, it's gonna be good. Everything's gonna be fly. I'm gonna make the best cake possible." Then they come back home, they cook, and they realize, why didn't it turn out the way I intended it to? It's because they weren't aware of the right ingredients. We can apply this to life too. If you are not aware of how you're messing up your budget, how you're not being consistent, then how do you expect to change it? This is why you have to be aware, because when you are aware, you start recognizing, I should have went to the gym this day. I skipped lunch and I didn't get my protein. That is how you start improving your life. Oh, Venom, I'm live on TikTok also. I don't know if you're still there. I'm live on TikTok as well. I'm doing both. I'm multitasking. Don't worry. I have superpowers. Don't even worry about it. I know it's my first time doing this, but trust me, I'm blessed. I got mystical superpowers. I can do both. It's fine. Should I go on TikTok? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and go on TikTok. My original point was you're not stuck. You're just repeating the same day. And the reason why I brought up Henry Dangerous is because in that one episode, he was repeating the same day. And it seemed like he was stuck, but he wasn't. He was just repeating that exact same day over and over and over again. Sometimes that feels like you guys in life. You feel like you just wake up and you're in the 9-to-5 cycle. And it becomes so repetitive that you think you're stuck. But no, it's because you're repeating the same day. You're brushing your teeth, you wake up, you go to work your 9-to-5, you come home, you shower, and then you sleep. And it's an everyday cycle. We've even seen this with Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants. We've seen episodes to where the first day that Squidward is enjoying the outside world and going to work and dancing to his other Squidward people, or however you want to call it. He's having fun. However, the days keep on repeating, and you see he goes from a smile to mad, to even more mad, to even more mad, and he's dreading his life. He feels like he's stuck, but the same day is repeating. There's no novelty. There's no interesting time. Therefore, the lesson is this. You're not stuck. You're just repeating the same day. On to the next topic. I decided to go with this. Beyblade Metal might be top tier anime. Actually, matter of fact, it is top tier anime. Now, I've watched Beyblade Burst. I've watched Beyblade Burst Evolution, but those they're not hitting like Beyblade Metal. They're not. Now, in my opinion, the best Beyblade series is, if I had to pick between Beyblade Metal Masters and Beyblade Metal Fury, which one would I even pick? That's a good question. I would pick Fury. Low key, I would pick Fury. You got Ryuga in there. He's always farming. Kyoya's in there. Jinga's in there. I'm not going to lie. Masamune, did he deserve to become a legendary blader? Absolutely. However, he didn't. Unfortunately. I feel like Chris more fitted the role anyway, but too bad for Masamune. You, on the other hand, you used to be good in Beyblade Metal Fusion. You was top tier, but then he fell off. He got washed. It's like, It happened with all these legendary bladers at first. It's like when they first appear in the episodes, they're good. And then after that, they're bad. It's like, eh. However, when I watch Beyblade Burst and Beyblade Burst Evolution and Turbo, I go, it is a good series. Don't get me wrong. If I had to say what was the best series in that, it would be low-key either Beyblade Burst Evolution or Beyblade Burst Turbo. The villain in it was peak. Especially the villain in Beyblade Burst Turbo. Oh my gosh, it was peak, bro. It was peak. I forgot his name. Oh, Fi. That was his name, Fi. I remember that. But he was peak. He was peak. But Beyblade Burst doesn't come anywhere near close to Beyblade Metal. It doesn't. If I had to say my favorite episode from the Beyblade Metal series, it would have to be what would it be? Maybe an episode with Ryuga in it. So Ryuga's always ore farming. Oh, in Metal Masters, it was really funny. I was just talking to this with my brother. So there's people trying to stop Ryuga and Beyblade, and there's like six guys are like, hey, stop. Ryuga doesn't even take them seriously. It's just like he just throws his Beyblade in there like it's nothing. And he's like, hey, they're over here disrespecting him. See, me personally, I'm not taking that disrespect. If someone throws their Beyblade out there and they didn't even launch their Beyblade in, why would you take that disrespect? I'm not taking that. You might as well forfeit the match. You might as well forfeit. Yo, what's good, Jay? What's good? You might as well forfeit the match. That's what used to be cool. Even in Burst, when the Blader would just throw their Beyblade out with no launcher, bro, that was impressive. That was impressive. But Ryuga was trying to aura farm. He was trying to aura farm. But he was tough though. One of the toughest characters in Beyblade for sure. Me personally, I'm not taking that disrespect. You gotta have a launcher in there as well, or something. Now, let's see, other anime. I've watched Bakugan as far as anime. What else? I didn't get too much into Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't get too much into that. Let me see. What other? One Piece. Never got really into that. It's really just Beyblade, bro. Beyblade, this is peak, man. It's peak. Especially the Metal series is peak. We're going to get into our third topic. Discipline is doing it even when it feels pointless. Picture this. A guy has 6 months to have a six-pack, or else he loses his job. Now, this person has been late, let's say for 6 to 7 weeks. And the boss goes, okay, Jared, you've been late, but if you don't want to lose your job, I will give you 6 months. 6 to get a six-pack, for an example, hypothetically. Now Jared has to be locked in. What's good, Parker? Now Jared has to be locked in. So every single day for 3 to 4 days a week, he's locked in. He's grinding. He's putting in the reps. He's doing the push-ups, doing everything. Then one day, he wakes up and he goes, I don't really feel like doing it today. I don't want to lose my job, but I don't feel like doing it. It feels pointless. However, he had to make a conscious decision in real time. It's either A, he does it so that he doesn't lose his job, or 2, he thinks it's pointless and he doesn't do it at all. Now, he felt like it was pointless mid-set. He's working on his legs and he's like, it hurts so bad, but it's not worth it. And then he had to realize, even if it does seem pointless, even if it does seem like it's not going to work, you still have to be disciplined. You still have to show up. Therefore, he decided to be consistent. And by the time the 6 months came, he was able to have his six-pack. The lesson is this. Just because it might seem pointless doesn't mean you should not do it. Sometimes it be the pointless things that you still have to be disciplined on. You're right. You're right. Oh, sorry, guys, because I'm on live on both. This is my first time, so I'm gonna read the chat on YouTube. 6 7. Okay, sorry. You're right. You're right. All right. Appreciate that. Guys, I learned something new. I learned that storytelling is very important. You ever heard someone tell a good story and it seems like a whole movie? Seems like a whole movie. And it's because storytelling captivates people in ways that school can't. It's like you could try your best to lock in class. And you literally come in with an agenda. I promise you, there were times where I wouldn't focus on purpose because school's boring. I don't care about the lesson that you're teaching. Then it would be one day I'm brushing my teeth, and in my head I'm going, all right, today is the day that I finally lock in and listen to the teacher. Then first period comes. It's math. It's math. I was mad, but I was saying, okay, I need to lock in. When she's explaining the math, I'm trying to focus, but I can't even focus. It's too boring. I can't even focus. I can't even focus. Because it's boring. That's what I'm saying. And bro, what is crazy is that both platforms for real. Yes, yeah. This is my first time going live on both two platforms at the same time. But yes, exactly. It is literally boring. Literally. And it's like you can try to put all of your tenacity into focus and it's still boring. Multitasking at its peak. I'm telling you, you gotta multitask. I'm telling you, I have superpowers. Gotta be able to multitask. Gotta be able to do these things. Especially if you want to scale. You have to be willing to put in the work. One thing I learned recently was if you have a high value skill, you need to be doing it consistently. You need to be doing it on the daily. I thought, me personally, going live once a week was good, but honestly, I have so much of a good skill that I need to be doing this every single day. This is a daily thing until you get to the point where people are expecting you that then you can do once a week. For example, IShowSpeed, Kai Cenat. We can talk about Kai Cenat, right? Kai Cenat has been live in months. If he goes live right now, it'll be good. The second he ended Mafia Dawn 3, people were like, Kai, we miss you. Kai, we miss you. Some people were saying that he's performative and that it was more of a begathon than anything. And so a bunch of controversy with it. You so right. Appreciate that. Even IShowSpeed, right? Let's say he takes 2 months off and then he starts going live for a week. They can afford to do that because they have a platform. However, in the beginning, they were just like how I'm doing, going live every day. Can you see my comments? Yeah, Venom, I got you. I can see your comment. My point is, once you get to a point where you have leverage, where people are actually expecting you, where people are literally in a room. So I notice how on YouTube Live, you can have people wait in a room. And if people are waiting in that room, you have demand. And once you have demand, then you can afford to actually go live once a week. However, if you have a great skill, but you don't have that leverage yet, and you're in building mode like I am, you need to be repping this out every day or as many times as possible. Once a week is not going to cut it. It's not. And I had to realize that. Another lesson I learned recently is that the right people around you will accelerate your growth. So when I first started YouTube, I thought that, okay, I could do it myself. Don't really need any advice. I'll figure it out myself. And it gave me this false version of certainty. I thought my content was good, but I wasn't putting it out there. Then when I joined this school community, the professor is Danny, and you guys can follow him or subscribe to him on YouTube. He does very, very good speaking sessions, and he teaches you a lot about speaking. And I would definitely recommend you go to his YouTube if you're serious about learning speaking, or you can ask me questions about it. It taught me that with the right people and you getting personalized information and personalized feedback, that is what allows you to grow. But it's about knowing that you're him, but it's also about being humble. Picture this. There's one guy who wins every single tournament. He's the strongest guy there. Strongest guy. However, people try to give him advice on how to get stronger, and he doesn't listen. He says, I'm too strong for that advice. I don't care about what you have to say. You're not as strong. Then one day, somebody else beats him, and they get stronger than him. However, it's not because he wasn't strong. It's because his ego was in the way. This is why the best thing to do, the best combo is to be confident yet humble. It's the best way to do it. Another thing I've learned is storytelling, telling stories, making people feel like it's a movie sometimes, depending on what you're talking about. Speaking in improv, being able to speak on command. Because many people know how to speak, but on command, intentionally, that's a hard skill. And it takes reps after reps after reps until it becomes normalized. You have to put in so much reps to where if you do something that's so-called nerve-wracking to the average person, to you, it's normal. To you, it's normalized because you've done it so many times. This is why early on in your life, it's so good to have direction. If you don't have direction, you're going to go all over the place. Why was the pause so long though? Let me actually explain pausing real quick. The pause can be long that it gives you enough time to think, but not so long that it becomes an empty room. We'll put it like that. Storytelling is so good, but English isn't that good. So I can never, but once I master it in the way, then I love to write books for exactly. I mean, what are books? What are religion? Stories, right? Narrative. The stories actually move people. You need to be able to be interesting in storytelling. It's like people don't want to hear facts on it. No one has time to hear facts. Like we already hear it in school enough. And it's like we live in this social media world now where our attention, like it's like teachers always have to battle for the attention, basically. That's why they're like, all right, put the phone in the box. At first it wasn't like that, but they started realizing, shoot, we're in class on our phone more than we're listening to the class. So now they have to try taking it. It was actually funny. I have this one story. So we had a sub, right? And the sub has the phone box already out. And I don't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble. So I decided to put the phone in the box. But then the homie Alan saw the same exact box and said, freak that, bro. He did not put his phone in there, bro. He glanced at it and then went right back to his seat, bro. Funniest thing. Whew. Funniest thing, bro. I remember when I first moved to this new school, I was a senior, and they gave me a warning. They said, don't have your phone out. I pulled my phone out anyway. Heck, telling me what to do. I was playing. But I pulled it out, and they wanted me to give it to them. I was like, no, I don't want to. And they said, all right, we're going to have to call your parents. I'm like, all right, bro, so be it. Like bro, come on, man. Like, bro, I'm telling you. Like, they're more focused on your AirPods. They're focused on everything else. Goodness. Dude, yes, for real. I also do that. I never turn in my phone. So I'm saying like no one wants to turn in their phone. Who's trying to turn in their phone? No one's trying to do that. However, as far as school, since we're on that topic, school is very important, but it gets to a point where you could literally succeed without school to some form of degree. There are entrepreneurs making millions of dollars online, and you can take that chance. It's like I feel that college is risky, and I feel that entrepreneurship is risky either. Like none of those paths are guaranteed. However, you should still take the risk. You should still plan on what you want to do and make sure the action is correlated to what you want to do. And this brings me back to what I was talking about. My point, you need to have direction early on. You said, what? Also, what if a fire happens or something and no more phones? Correct. What if a fire happens? But they take the phones too much. It's like, bro. But I'm pretty sure you'll be able to call people. I don't think it's that serious. However, going to my point of having a direction, it's important to have direction because without direction, you are going to more drift. Let's say there's a kid and he's in a bad neighborhood and he's outside by himself. His parents aren't really guiding him. His parents aren't really there. He has no direction and he feels lost. Then a bad guy shows up and tells him, I will give you everything you want if you follow me. Now look, this person is an innocent boy and he doesn't have direction. So what does he do? Since he's at his lowest moment, he goes, oh, that looks like this guy looks like he can help. So he's gonna go to that guy. However, this guy was finessing him the whole time, was trapping him. But the younger guy didn't know. And the reason why he didn't know is because he didn't have a direction. Now, if we take another guy who has direction, then when distractions come, he's going to go, no. Why? That doesn't make any sense. It isn't luck of why people are on a good path. That's the lesson. It's that they had early direction. And with early direction, you can start filtering out distractions. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect with it. However, it is way easier to say no to things once you have a focal point. You're right, bro. You're smart. Appreciate it. Also, it's not even just about having direction. It's about putting in the reps, putting in the time, and putting in the consistency. It's those three things. You do those three things on a long enough time frame, you'll be surprised of what you can accomplish on this earth. You would be surprised. I'm telling you, let's say if I wanted to become the best swimmer, say I wanted to beat Michael Phelps, you know me. I already have the skill. I'm already a good swimmer now. I swim good underwater. I swim good on top of water. No one's beating me when it comes to swimming. Nobody. I'm the best. However, let's say I wanted to learn how to swim. I would have to put in the reps. I would have to show up every single day. I would have to dive deep into the water and swim, put in the time. It might take a few months. Who knows? And then that consistency, staying consistent, regardless of how I feel. Let's say one day I'm packing up and I'm saying to myself, I don't really want to show up. Guess what? I'm going to show up anyway. Even if on the way to the pool, I'm dreading it. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I got to get in the pool. If I want to be an Olympian, if I want to be in the Olympics, if I want to be the best swimmer there is, then what do I need? time, reps, and consistency. Those 3 things alone. That's all you need. It's all you need. However, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end live right here. It's 30 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end live right here. We will be live tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow. Same time, probably, or earlier time. Just have your noties on, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed and be safe. Determination, exactly.